Hi my creatives, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while, but in today's video I have a super duper awesome tutorial for you, something a little different outside of the usual. So in case you did not know, crochet is very multifaceted and I decided to express this through upcycling. And through upcycling, what I did, I had an old tights which I wasn't wearing anymore and decided to remove the legs of the tights and transform this into a beautiful skirt by combining both yarn and fabric. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this tutorial. I'm just going to remove the legs, but before I do that I want to ensure that it's straight and well lined up so the cut is not uneven. So I'm going to just straighten the legs and then I'm just going to cut along here and remove the legs. So I'm just going to mark off 10 inches here from the waist down, and I'm just going to take this marker. I'd advise you to use a fabric chalk that you can mark off, but right now I don't have, can't find mine. So I'm just going to improvise by using this marker here, and I'm just going to mark off here. I don't have a ruler, so I'm going to improvise again by using this cardboard to draw a straight line, and that is where I will be cutting. So I'm just going to draw a straight line basically, and this is actually 10 inches. From here to here it's actually 10 inches. So just to confirm, because we don't want our skirts to be lean, we want our skirt to be straight. So I have my 10 inches here, as you can see, and I'm just going to do the same for the other leg. I'm going to use my scissors and just cut right through. So I have cut off the legs of my tights. So now I am going to remove these and I'm just going to tidy up here because we are going to crochet all around. So I'm just going to neat up this section here, just kind of cut off the excess here at the crotch. It's not going to be 100% perfect or neat, but the aim is to ensure that we have the crotch area removed so that we can crochet right around the tail here. All right, so what we want to do now is, because this was a tights, we had this seam here, or we had the stitch in the center. So now we want to reposition to ensure that the stitches are on the side, right? Because we're going to be making a skirt. So this is what we're going to do basically. And for this project, I'm going to be using 2 size hooks. So I'm using a 1.25 millimeter hook, and I'm also using a 3.5 millimeter hook. So I'm going to start out with my 1.25 millimeter hook, and at one side I'm going to just insert my hook because it is so tiny, it is able to go through the material. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a slip knot. And then I'm going to just place my hook here. And then I'm going to pull through. It's going to be a little rough, guys, because of the material for the start, but it gets better as we go along. So I'm just going to place my hook in the hole. So I'm going to ensure that I want to ensure that the holes are near to each other. And then I'm going to yarn over like this. So I'm just going to continue on this same trend. Do it one more time. So you want to ensure that the stitches are close to each other. Not too close, but close enough. And at this point, it's not really about perfection. It's just basically ensuring that we have our base stitches so we can continue with the project. Because this is a different type of project that we're doing. We're actually merging or combining yarn and fabric, right? So I'm just going to continue the same pattern until I'm all the way around until I get back here, right? So I'll meet you back when we get back to here. All right, so I have now completed one row of my skirt. As you can see here. So what I'm going to do for row 2, I am going to slip stitch. And then now I'm going to change my hook size to a 3.5mm hook. And then I'm going to make 2 chains. 1, 2, and then I'm going to make a half double crochet in the same chain 2 stitch here. And then I'm going to continue making half double crochets along the row. So I'm going to just continue making half double crochets right around until I get back here where I started. And I'm just going to make a few more rows. When I get back, I'll actually tell you how many rows I actually did. So I'm just doing regular half double crochets right around for a few more rows, and then when we get back, I will show you what I'll be doing next, and I will tell you how many rows of regular half double crochets I actually did. So we're just going to continue for a few more rows, and then I will get back to you. Yes guys, so as you can see, I finished making some more half double crochets. So I've added some additional rows. So in all, I have a total of 27 rows. So to add another color, I'm just going to make a slip knot. And then I'm going to insert my hook into this color here. And then I'm going to pull through here. And then I'm just going to cut off this color, the burgundy. So I'm now working with the blue. And so for the rest of rows, I'm kind of making a midi length skirt. You can do this to save time if you have an old piece of garment, like an old tights or an old skirt that you are not using again. You can just cut it like what I did, right? And just add some crochet details to it. So I'm going to be making some shell stitch. So I've already inserted my hook here. I'm going to make, this is already one chain here. So I'm going to make 2 additional chains, 2, 3. I'm going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the 3rd stitch, I'm going to make a double crochet. And then I'm going to make another double crochet in the same stitch. Then I'm going to chain one, and in the same stitch I'm going to make two more double crochets. Okay, so I'm going to chain three, one, two, three. So we're going to continue the same pattern. So I'm going to skip two stitches, one, two, and in the third stitch, which is here, I'm going to make a double crochet. Then I'm going to make another double crochet, chain one, and then I make another double crochet, two additional double crochets. So this will be the pattern for our skirt. For the additional details, or for the rest of our skirt, we will be just making shell stitches right around. And guys, please forgive me for using this paper clip. I just for the life of me could not find my stitch marker. So you know we always improvise. So just to recap again, we crochet in the round, so we did not do any form of chain two to begin a row or to end a row, right? We just continued making half double crochets around. What we did is just put a stitch marker here so we can remember where we started, right? So this we do to avoid having lines in our skirt. If you realize our skirt is just neat and you can't and seamless, so you won't see any lines going across like this. Hence why we use this technique, just to crochet all the way around and simply just use a stitch marker to remember where we stopped and where we should start our next row. All right, we're at our stitch marker now, and we're just going to slip stitch in our first stitch that we started, our first chain three here. So we're just going to place a slip stitch here, and then we're going to chain three, one, two, three. So to begin round two, we're going to chain three, and in this space here we're just going to make two double crochets, chain one, and then we make another two double crochets. So we have our next shell here. Then we're going to chain three, and in our next shell space we're going to make two double crochets, chain one, make another two double crochets, and that is going to be our pattern for the rest of the skirt. So we're just basically repeating the same pattern all the way back to our stitch marker, and we're just going to be doing the same pattern for as many rows as we can, or how long you want your skirt to be. Okay, so I have completed my shell stitches. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of shell stitch, and I believe I'm going to leave it here because, as I said before, I want a skirt that is mid-length. So this is a nice cute skirt that you can wear on a, maybe like on a picnic or just casual outing. And this is what the skirt is looking like so far. So we started off with our fabric, and then we added 27 rows of half double crochet, using this color, and then we finished off with 6 rows of shell stitch. Right, so we're going to end off our row now. So to end off our row, we're just going to cut off our yarn, and then we're just going to make 2 chains to secure and just make a knot. And then we can tidy up the ends, so we can weave in the ends like this, weave it in our chains, and then we can just cut it off. All right, this is our skirt, and our skirt is complete. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did find this tutorial very informative, I do consider subscribing to my channel, like, comment and share. Until next time, bye.